ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पता न शृण्वन्नोतिमित्तीदसादनम्। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुजा वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुति स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Lead the sutras. अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात् ईक्षतेर्ना शब्दम् तन्निष्ठस्य गौणश्चेन्नात्मशब्दात् तन्निष्ठस्य मोक्षोपदेशा हेयत्व अवचनाच्च स्वाप्यया गति सामान्या श्रुतत्वाच्च आनंदमयोभ्यासात् विकार शब्दान्नेति चेन्न प्राचुर्या. We'll read 1-2 lines. Page 121. जन्माद्यस्य यतः इत्यारभ्य श्रुतत्वाच्च इत्येवम् अन्तसूत्रैः यानि उदाहृतानि वेदान्तवाक्यानि तेषां सर्वज्ञः सर्वशक्तिः ईश्वरो जगतः जन्म स्थिति लय कारणम् इति एतस्यार्थ प्रतिपादकत्वम् न्यायपूर्वकम् प्रतिपादितम् गति सामान्योपन्यासेन च सर्वे वेदान्ताः चेतन कारणवादिनः इति व्याख्यातम्. अतः कस्य ग्रन्थस्य किमुत्थानमिति उच्यते. द्विरूपं हि ब्रह्म अवगम्यते. नाम रूप विकार भेदोपाधि विशिष्टम् तद्विपरीतम् च सर्वोपाधि विवर्जितम् यत्र हि द्वैतम् इव भवति तद इतरं पश्यति. यत्तस्य सर्वमात्मा एव अभूत् तत्केन कं पश्येत. यत्र न अन्यत् पश्यति नान्यत् शृणोति नान्यत् विजानाति स भूमा अथ यत्र अन्यत् पश्यति अन्यत् शृणोति अन्यत् विजानाति तदल्पम् यो वै भूमा तदमृतम्. अथ यदल्पं तन्मर्त्यम् सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा अभिवदन् यदास्ते निष्कलं निष्क्रियं शान्तं निरवध्यं निरञ्जनम् अमृतस्य परं सेतुम् दग्धेन्दनम् इव अनलम् नेति नीतीति हस्तूलमननो न्यूनम अन्यत् स्थानं संपूर्णमन्यत् इति चैवं सहस्रशः विद्या विद्या विषय भेदेन ब्रह्मणो द्विरूपतां दर्शयन्ति वाक्यानि तत्र अविद्यावस्थायां ब्रह्मणः उपास्योपासकादिलक्षणः सर्वो व्यवहारः तत्र कानिचित् ब्रह्मण उपासनानि अभ्युदयार्थानि कानिचित् क्रमम् उक्तार्थानि कानिचित् कर्म समृद्ध्यर्थानि तेषां गुणविशेषोपाधि भेदेन भेदः एक एव तु परमात्मा ईश्वरः तैः गुणविशेषैः विशिष्टोपास्यः यद्यपि भवति तथापि यथा गुणोपासनमेव फलानि विद्यन्ते तं यथा यथोपासते तदेव भवति इति श्रुतेः यथा क्रतुः अस्मिन् लोके पुरुषो भवति तथा अतः प्रेत्य भवति इति च स्मृतेश्च यं वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम् तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः इति यद्यपि एक आत्मा सर्वभूतेषु स्थावरजंगमेषु गूढ़ः तथापि चित्तोपाधि विशेषतारतम्यात् आत्मनः कूटस्थ नित्यस्य एकरूपस्य अपि उत्तरोत्तरमाविष्कृतस्य तारतम्यैश्वरशक्तिविशेषैः श्रूयते तस्य आत्मानम् आविस्तारं वेद इत्यत्र स्मृतौ अपि यद्यत् विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेव अवगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंशसंभवम् इति यत्र यत्र विभूत्यातिशयः स ईश्वर इति उपास्यतया चोद्यते एवं इह अपि आदित्यमण्डले हिरण्यमयः पुरुषः सर्वपापोपमोदयलिङ्गात् परैवेति वक्ष्यते। एवम् आकाशः तल्लिङ्गात् इत्यादिषु द्रष्टव्यम् एवं सद्यो मुक्ति कारणम अपि आत्मज्ञानम उपाधि विशेषद्वारेण उपदिश्यमानम अपि अविवक्षितोपाधि संबंध विशेषम परापर विषयत्वेन संदेह्यमानम वाक्य गतिर्पर्यालोचनया निर्णेतव्यं भवति तथा इह एव तावत् आनंदमयो अभ्यासात् एवं एकमपि ब्रह्म अपेक्षित उपाधि संबंधम निरस्त उपाधि संबंधम च उपास्यत्वेन ज्ञेयत्वेन च वेदान्तेषु उपदिश्यते इति प्रदर्शयितुं परो ग्रन्थ आरभ्यते यच्च गति सामान्यात् इति अचेतन कारण निराकरणम् उक्तम् तदेतदपि वाक्यांतराणि ब्रह्म विषयाणि व्याचक्षाणेन ब्रह्म विपरीत कारण निषेधेन प्रपंचयते। We were seeing this Anandamaya Adhikaran, and in this Adhikaran we just saw the introduction to this. What does the introduction say in short? That Brahman which was depicted in the last Adhikaran is the Jagat Karana. It was mentioned the cause of the world cannot be Pradhan or Achetan Pradhan. Now about the same Brahman, Upanishads talk with Upadhi and without Upadhi. These are the two forms of Brahman which is described. Two forms of Brahman is described with Upadhi and without Upadhi. Somewhere for Upasana it is mentioned. Somewhere for Abhyudaya it is mentioned. Abhyudaya means prosperity. Somewhere there is Upasana called Ukta Arth. Somewhere for Karma it is mentioned. Somewhere he is talked about with the Aishwarya. So with conditioning and without conditioning only that Brahman is described in the Shruti. So there is no other than Brahman which is described. To establish this Brahman which is with Upadhi or without Upadhi, the present Prakaran is starting. Yesterday you heard about the Anandamaya Kosh. So now let us go to the same topic again. I will come back to it again. Let me complete that topic. Then I will come back to this point again. So if you remember, we had seen that from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 12 to 18 sutra, they are called Anandamaya Adhikaran. And in this Adhikaran, what is established? What Vrittikar established is that Anandamaya Kosh is the Atma. And Bhashyakar wrote a Bhashya as if he is supporting this Vrittikar and Purpaksh. But at the end we discovered, so there is a confusing portion here, because a person who studies without knowing what the end will be, he will be thinking that Bhashyakar is talking about Vedanta or he is talking about Vrittikar. And at the end of the whole discussion, he said all what I said was not very right. And now second portion is to refute him. Around 5 arguments of Vrittikar he refutes in the second portion. And the third portion, there are 3 portions, he will establish the Advait Mat. Through these sutras only. He will again reinterpret these sutras. What the sutras were interpreted with the Vrittikar, he will be now interpreting with the Advait Darshan only. So these are the 3 steps which you heard yesterday. But don't forget what is the main picture. So how is the first one? Vrittikar Vyakhyanam. Second is Vrittikar Vyakhyan Khandanam. And third is Advait Vyakhyanam or Siddhant Pratipadanam. So, if you remember, yesterday I started on that topic. So what Vrittikar said here? Let us now go to those points. Vrittikar said 5 points, let us see one by one. Vrittikar said that in this Taittiriya Upanishad, second only, after every Atma is described, there is an inside Atma is described. Some Atma which is interior to the earlier. Anyantaratma Pranamaya, Anyantaratma Manomaya, Anyantaratma Vijnanamaya, Anyantaratma Anandamaya. But after Anandamaya, Anyantaratma is not described, straight away Brahman is described. And therefore, this is the Anandamaya Kosh is the Brahman. This was the first argument. And second argument, what he mentioned, is that after every Kosh, Upanishad is quoting a Rig mantra to describe that Kosh. And Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. This is the description, you know it very well. Now Bhashyakar refutes this point. But in this case, Rig mantra is not about any other Kosh, but it is about Brahman. Asanneva sabhavati, asad brahmeti chet ved, asti brahmeti chet veda. So after the Anandamaya has been described, the Upanishad is talking about the Brahman only. And therefore, the Anandamaya Kosh is the Brahman. This is the 2 arguments. So first argument is how he was refuted. You saw in yesterday's class. Only you are right that there is an interior always mentioned. But don't forget The interior has been mentioned here as Ananda Atma. So there is Ananda Atma. So there is a Kosh Anand and there is a Atma Ananda. This is where we had concluded our class yesterday, if you remember. So Anyantara Atma Anandmayaha Tenaisha Purnaha Savaisha Purusha Vedaiva Tasya Purusha Viditam Anvayam Purusha Vidaha Tasya Priyameva Shiraha. So Anandatma. You understand it? So Upanishad mentioned that this Anandmaya Kosh Atma is experiential joy and not substantial joy. And this is where you have to be little careful. When I use the word for the Atma, non-experiential joy, what do you mean by that? The joy that is experienced in the mind, in the intellect, in the samskar, is not Atma. Is the expression of Atma. You can say like that. But that is not the Atma. Why? Because the experiential pleasure has fluctuation. It was there, it has gone. But the substantial condition, substantial state of self doesn't have any fluctuation. It is not that I was more yesterday and today I am less. Hope tomorrow I will be little more. You cannot say like that. You can say I had more joy yesterday. My mind was more happy yesterday than today. Hope tomorrow my mind will be again more happy. You can say Taratam is there, fluctuation is there in the experiential pleasure. But in the substantial, I will not use the word pleasure. In the substantial state of the self, Anand, Atmanand, there is no Taratamya. Now understand what is the meaning of this point. Yesterday we had seen, so Anandasya Antartamattvena. How will you say that? Anandasya, this Anandasya Antartamattvena Anandamaya Kosha Bhavati. There is some Atma which is inside this Anandamaya Kosha also. This Atma, this Ananda, Anandasya Atmanaha Antaratvena. Because there is a Atma which is the inside, interior. Then what? Anandasya Atmanaha Antaratvena. This being inside, inner core, Uktatvat. Anandmayaha Kosho Bhavati. Anandmaya is Kosh. Why? Because it is a varying thing. It is not its nature. Dekho, if you eat the salt will not have more saltliness and less saltliness. But say if you mix salts in something, then you can say it is more salty. The vegetable was having more salt. And that means it is not of the nature. Where something is going more and less, that means its nature is not that thing. Got my point? So if the sugar is more, sugar was more in the milk or sugar is less in the dish, that means that dish does not have the nature of the sugar. But sweetness will not be more and less in the sugar. The sweetness of the sugar will not have taratamya. So something which is its own nature doesn't have fluctuation. That yesterday I ate one spoonful of sugar, it was more sweet, and today the same sugar is less sweet. You cannot say like that. But yes, if you mix sugar in something else, in some dish you mix it, Then you can say, no, that yesterday's sugar was moved. So when Anand is in the fluctuating mode, that means where the Anand is there, that means that is not its nature of Anand. It is borrowed Anand from somewhere. Let's hold to this point. Is it clear? I hope. And yesterday we were talking about Anandmay Kosh. This Annamay Kosh, Pranmay Kosh, Anandmay Kosh, they all exist. It is a matter of identification with a certain Kosh. Okay. So, this is there. It's a Kosh means it's a superimposition of the Atma, of the particular. Not self on the self is called the existence of a Annamay Kosh. Like I am saying I am fat, I am thin. So I am identifying with the Annamay Atma. I become Annamay Atma. I am identifying with the energy aspect. Then I say I am Pranmay Atma. Or I am identifying with my emotions. So I am Manomay Atma. Emotions means Pranmay Kosh. You have heard all these things. Physical personality, energetic personality, emotional personality, intellectual personality, and tendential personality. From Tattva, both these points have been coming on. So I'm identifying to my emotional personality. I thought about my country and I was very emotional. Or I thought about my mother, I was very emotional. Or I thought about my enemy, I was very emotional. I have thought about my person, I am jealous to him, I became emotional. Emotion can be worse, good, bad, all kind of. Or I thought about God, I was emotional. So I am identifying with the Manomay Kosh and then I became Manomay Atma. Or now I am understanding the topic, so I am becoming Vijnanmay Atma. Intellectually I am discriminating. Now what is the Anandmay Atma? Then I was mentioning about that point. That how the Anand expresses. ठीक है. अब now this tendential personality. This is the mother of all other four. Because as is the tendency, so I become the doer, so by my emotion, so I will prompt it to do something and accordingly I'll identify. So tendential personality is core of these four. So all the time Anandmay Kosh is there. All the time Anandmay causal body, what you call, is all the time there. Not that Anandmay Kosh is not there. But when I experience joy, yesterday this was the topic, when I experience joy in the waking state, I'm not going to the deep sleep state. In the waking state, when you get certain object which you have a tendency of, or you desire of an object. When you desire any object, which tendency you have when you get that object. So I had mentioned many times that we never enjoy an object. You always enjoy the thought of the object. And in that thought, the reflection of the self is more and you enjoy the reflection. That's the only thing. But why we enjoy that? Why we enjoy the reflection in the object? And this is why it is called Anandmay Kosh. And this is Anandmay Atma is there. Tell me why? Because in the Anandmay, when the thought of reflection is more, and this Anandmay is closest to the self. This Anandmay being closest to the self, the thought will reflect the self most. Where? In this, when the bhog is there, or when you're enjoying something. And therefore it is called Anandamaya Atma. Okay. This is one point which we have to keep in mind. And depending on the kind of enjoyment, it will be less enjoyment, more enjoyment sometime too less enjoyment. Therefore, there is a fluctuating Anand. Okay. So who is the one who dictates Anand? Anand in the Anandmaya course. This is what is called Anandmaya Atma. Who is the one who dictates it? Us? Who? Well, Vasana. But there is a reflection of the self in that thought. And more impression you have about something. Supposing you have lot of impression about certain thing, more Anand will be there. And less impression is there on, you will have less Anand. If somebody is too much attached to drinking, or too much he likes drinking madly, so he will have lot of Anand. So much Anand he will have, and he remember I had lot of Anand, therefore next time he will do anything to get that drink. Because he wants the Anand. He can loot also. Because the reflection was very, very high. This is what makes the rag dangerous. Because for that Anand, the person can go to any extent after that. Therefore, these boys, girls run away, leaving their family, or they can do anything. It has become a dangerous affair now. Who is the culprit? This reflected Anand. This is the culprit. For money, they can murder anybody. For power, they can, kill their own family, father, mother, we see. All because of tremendous impression is there about certain. Okay. सोचो आप, ऐसी बात है ये. And less impression is there, supposing, so you will have not that bright reflection. Thought will be there, object will be there in front of you, maybe you will consume that object, but that joy you won't get. Because reflection is not that great. Okay, this must be clear. Not clear. This is clear. The whole day we are moving from reflections. An ordinary person, what he thinks, what he tries, I tell you. What is the catch here? When he desires an object, depending on his impression, he already has a joy. When he desires an object or a person or a position, he already enjoys it mentally. Little. Because anything you have impression a lot and you think about that, the thought will have itself a joy. Any table is there, you like a lot. And you just think about it for 5 minutes, you will enjoy it in your mind. Supposing I say pasta is there, pizza is, whatever is there. I don't enjoy all that. And you think, or lasagna is there, which Anita brings. Anita is not coming nowadays. So, you like lasagna, no? Okay. So, supposing that is there, full of cheese she brings, my God. And supposing you like it, and I just take the name that, ab kya naam, what to take the name here, for 5 minutes I just jumped. So, that thought will have reflection and you will enjoy it mentally. This also watering tongue. देखो अभी बात पूरी नहीं हुई है. Whole thing is not completed. But still you don't have that enjoyment. So all effort you are doing to get that object to make this reflection brighter. That time also you will enjoy thought only. But right now I am not enjoying it as much. When the object is in front of me, I will forget everything after that. When I forget everything, then only that object will be there. So that object will create one big thought. And depending on my impression, I will have a big reflection. And therefore I will enjoy. I will think I am enjoying an object, but actually I am enjoying the reflection in the thought. So see whose role is there, can you tell? Impression is a bigger player here. The impression or the vasana is the one who is the biggest player here. Now I'll take you a little more deeper into the subject. And for this, a person can sacrifice anything to get the enjoyment. And what impression is there? That joy is in that object, in that person, in that eatable, in that power, in a position. And this impression, who is the mother of this impression? Ignorance. Ignorance. More is the ignorance, more you will enjoy. What? That object. That is another problem, that a sorrow will come because you won't get an object after some time. This is why they say ignorance is bliss. Actually speaking, because of the ignorance, because the more is the ignorance, more you will have vasana of the world, of the object. And more you will be having the enjoyment. Okay. And this thought of this ignorance, because it is closest to the self, and therefore you will have very big reflection in the thought of ignorance. Vasana is a thought of ignorance only. It's an ignorance that there is a joy in that object. It is very important. ठीक है. Only what's wrong in it? What's wrong in it? You are in. Supposing you don't get an object to make that thought, that object will go away. Now you will suffer. My joy has gone away after. And problem is that thought which I want, exclusively I want that thought. Because if something else comes, then it will disturb my reflection. To make a thought, particular thought, I want a good situation, I want good body, I want good people, there are 100 things required. Then only reflection can be brighter. And if it is not there, then I will be suffering. Ultimately, it will take us to sorrow. This is called attachment. Attachment is a conviction that this person or this object alone can give me the completeness, because it gives me the reflection in totality, in brightness. Yesterday we were talking about deep sleep. Deep sleep. Although this is not the main topic, but I'll touch and move ahead. And you can think of about deep sleep. Okay. In the deep sleep, there is undisturbed single thought. of ignorance or abhavakara vritti. And therefore reflection is very bright. Now here there is a perception. Anything cannot enjoy. Because by the time I enjoy and I have another thing too, another enjoyment comes up. The moment my appetite is over, that food is not creating reflection. Here problem is that after satisfying for some moment, vasana gets over. Anything you enjoy, you exhaust the vasana for few minutes, for few hours. So you are out of that vasana. And therefore thought of ignorance goes away. And therefore your enjoyment is not homogeneous for a long time. But in the deep sleep, this problem is not there. In the deep sleep, this thought will be maintained for few hours. And because there is a single thought of ignorance, abhavakara vritti is there. So in that, the reflection will be very bright of the self. And because of that bright reflection, you will have total joy. As if you are enjoying Brahman. You are enjoying Brahman only actually. Because I don't know this is Brahman. It is the joy of Brahman. Therefore we desire to go to sleep. Or we have but very bright reflection is there in that. But I don't know that this is the reflection. Ek vritti is there. That is sajati vritti pravaha is there in the deep sleep. There is no vijati vritti. There is no disturbance in that vritti. Same thing is in samadhi. But in samadhi you will know because you are knowing that what is overwhelming factor is not the ignorance or abhavakara vritti, it is the light of the self only. So there you will say, no, I enjoyed the self and came back. Here I don't know what enjoyment I had. Here a person will only say, I was relaxed or I felt happier, right? More rejuvenated. But what made you rejuvenated? That he won't know. What is the cause of that? He won't know. He will only use the word, I rested well. People say, did you rest well? But rest, who gave that rest? He does not know that. Who is the cause of that rest? But the cause of that joy in the deep sleep is the thought of abhavakara vritti, homogeneous pravaha, single pointed pravaha. And because ignorance is in full level at that time, without its effect of prana mein, mano mein, there is no fluctuation in that effect of ignorance. So in that vritti, the reflection will be bright, continuous, homogeneous, unperplexed, perturbed. And therefore they say that sleep is a healer. Because all the body parts, when this is going on, then all the body parts also get healing process there. Digestion is there. Certain parts of your body needs that kind of quietness. No anxiety is there. Some clarity has come. So what you were saying, what is that vasana at that time which gives you joy? Actually, it is ignorance only. When you say there is reflection because of the vasana, reflection is there, it is only a amount of ignorance. He has gone into the thought of ignorance to get the joy. When, as I said, more is the ignorance, more you will enjoy. And this is what the risk is. Risk is that because you enjoy more, therefore you will get anything to get that object. A person can break the rules, he will break dharma, he will cross his limits. Because he is getting the joy. And a person who bothers about dharma, he is more interested about getting enjoyment. Similarly, it happened with drugs also. Those who take drugs, immediately they are transported to this level. There's a high level of enjoyment in their drugs. Therefore, drug became very rampant. I will not say popular. Use is rampant. Because it gives joy. You have to accept this fact. It spoils your body, spoils your mind. That is another factor. But a person's immediate tension, what he had, tension about money, tension about job, tension about relationships, he is out of it. Because his Vijnana Kosh is out. He is not intelligent at that time. It makes you forget everything. And he glides. Some imagination goes on. He is very close to, because Anandamaya Kosh is into that. So for that, he will spoil his body also. They inject themselves. He can give injections. What is it called? Not morphine. Morphine has drugs. They have heroin is there, brown sugar is there, lot of them. I have no idea. It's not my area. Cocaine. So that they can inject. Or they can take in the cigarette form also. They can put in a cigar and like that they can have that. Jaswal is a big center for drugs. Within 10 minutes you can get anywhere. They loot for this. This is one cause of crime is drug. These boys don't work because after that whole body is spoiled. You cannot work. You slowly body goes away. But I want to that enjoyment I want. Chalo bhai. So I hope there is some santosh on this subject. This is the first argument. Why Anandamaya is not Anandatma. Second argument. Because the Rig Ved mantra, it is called Nigaman Shlok. Nigaman Shlok. So Vartikar says, not Vartikar, Vartikar says that Nigaman Shlok Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati is talking about Brahman, therefore Brahman must be Anandamaya Kosh. Anandamaya Kosh is Brahman. Because it's in Asanyevsa Bhavati, Asad Brahmedi. So after that, Brahman only is being talked about. Bhashyakar says that Rig Ved mantra does not refer to Anandamaya Kosh. Why? Because it comes after Ananda Mahatma and Brahmapucham Pratishtha. So it is referring to the Brahmapucham and not to the Anandamaya Atma. Anandamaya Kosh. Last sentence of that Anandamaya Kosh was Brahmapucham Pratishtha in that paragraph. After Brahmapucham Pratishtha, this comes Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. And therefore this particular verse or shlok of Rig Veda that does not refer to Anandamaya Kosh, but it refers to Brahma, on which Anandamaya Kosh is supported by. I hope this point is clear. So, Nigaman Shlokasya Anandamaya Pratipadikatvat. This is, he said. Bhaskar corrected, he said no. See the last word. Last word was this only. This is the second argument. Now third argument. What is the third argument? See, the very word Anandamaya indicates it is a Kosh and not Brahman. Why? Because Anandamaya, there are two words here. One is Anand, other is May. May is Mayat Pratyay. You have heard that. So Mayat has two meanings. One is modification, other is abundance. Vikararthe and prachuryarthe. One is called modification. Vikararthe. Vikararthe. And other is called abundance, saturated or prachurarthe. When you add this suffix to any word, may, so it refers to modification of that object. Like Rajat May Abharanam. Rajat May Abharanam. That means Abharanam is ornament, is a modification of the silver. Rajat May Abharanam. Okay. Or Darumayam Pitham. This desk is modification of the wood. Okay. So whatever object is indicated by Maya, it will reveal a changing object and not an unmodified and unchanging object. So Mayat word indicates a changing Anand and not the unchanging Anand. And because it is referring to changing Anand, therefore changing thing cannot be Brahman. Anything changing is dying. It cannot be Satyam. This is from Vikararthe. So this Anand, May cannot be Atma because May is indicating the change in the Anand. Like you say, Rajat Mayam or Swarna Mayam. So that's the gold would have been changed to become the ornament. The gold has gone through some changes in its shape, then it became an ornament. If for Anand, there is a change in the Anand, then you can say that there is Anand Mayam, Vikarartha. So how will you put it now? Anandmayam na Brahma. Anandmaya na Brahma. Why? Savikaratvat. Because it has modification. Annamayavat. Like the Annamaya. Like this body is formed from Vikar. How? How it is formed from Vikar? Because when you consume the food goes through a modification to become a body. If you have taken rice, you don't get rice. Only देखो यहाँ rice आ गया. This is rice. Or this is dal is there. See pizza hanging. You do not get that, fortunately. Otherwise people will eat you. So the food had gone through a modification to become the body. It got converted into carbohydrate, protein, fats. There's a lot of work goes on inside. Very big factory is there. Very sophisticated factory. You eating is a very easy process. Eating anything is a very easy process. Hardly 10 minutes, food is over. But digestion takes 5 hours, 4 hours. It's a very complicated process. The whole thing is broken. After breaking, it is now separated. So it becomes Annamayam because the body is a modification of the Anna. Body is formed by modification of the Anna. So, आनंद में न ब्रह्म भवति विकारत्वात् अन्नमयवत. Similarly, prana is also there, it is modifying. Similarly, mind is modifying. So, mayat pratyaya, first meaning is modification. And second is prachuryarthe, full of, abundance. Why you are saying abundance? Full of. Full of abundance means there is something else also. When you say is full of something, that means there is possibility of there is something else also. Anand is predominant. That means there is some dukkha lesham in there. So you say, no, I am mostly happy. So you are indicating mostly you have, when you use the word I am mostly happy, that there is sometimes you are not happy also. Moment you add a quantity to something and you say full of, so there is a possibility of something else also engaging into it. Okay. His house, his family has lot of money. And when you use such word, that means lot of means there is something which is not money also. Everything is not money there. Lot of money is there, but not that everything is money. So this is second meaning. What? Prachuryarthe, full of. And therefore, Anandamay cannot be Brahman. Anand alone is Brahman. Why? Mayat rahit Anand. Brahma na bhavitum arhati. Mayat sahit Anand. Brahma na bhavitum arhati. Mayat rahit Anand eva Brahma bhavitum arhati. Two meanings I said. One is called modification, other is called prachuryarthe or full of. Abundance. He has abundance of something. That means something else is also there. You use the word, no? A lot of food is there. That means something else is also apart from food. Only food is not there. A lot of food is in the kitchen. Food is not the vessel. Everything is not food. Food alone is not there. Lot of food is there. Something else may be there. Vessel is there. The stove is not food. Vessel is not food. The fire is not food. Raw oil is not, you cannot take the raw oil. So when you use the word lot of, so you can't say lot of Brahman is there. No, lot of you cannot use like that. See, the expression is, you have to investigate. When you use dense air is there. Dense air. That means rare air is also there. But you never say dense space is there. Because space alone is there. You can't use dense and rare with the space. You can use dense with when you know that there is less dense also. Here air is rare. Here air is less. So when something is less and more, then you can use full of, dense, etc. This is the second meaning. This is the third argument. Why Anandamay cannot be Brahman? Don't forget what the train of thought is going on. I will show you where all this comes. We are trying to simplify the matter. Okay, this place is full of brahmacharis. That means not all are brahmacharis. Or there is another place where brahmacharis are lesser. So wherever you add mayat pratyay cannot be alone. It is not a homogeneous anand. Anand Brahma. You can't say I am full of Atma. That means, or full of Atma. Full word can be used only when there is emptiness is there. This is the fourth, third. Now fourth. In the Anandamay Kosh, what is there? What is there? Priya, Mod and Pramod. That is, limbs are mentioned that. It has avayava, not avvay. Don't read right avvay. One is avvay, other is avayava. In avvay, half va is there. Avvay. That is immutable. And avayava means parts. Oh, I wrote everywhere avvay only. Because it has a part. I told you, no, that Anand has part. Something is far away. I said, if I can get this. When you think also, there is a joy. When you see it is there is a more joy. Priya Mod. And when I consume it, I am full of joy. That is Pramod. Priya Mod and Pramod. Tasya Priyam eva shira. Pramodo Moda Lakshana Paksha, etc. So, anything which has a avayava, it is always a product. Yat yat sa avayavatvam tat tat karyatvam. This is the vyapti. Anything which is with part is always a product. And it is subject to expansion and contraction. How? Sharirvat. Sharirvat. Like body is with part. So it expands and contracts. Okay. Anything with part will be subject to contraction and expansion. Earth also expands, contracts. As I told you, air also is a contraction and expansion. Fire also is expansion and contraction. Because all are with parts. But space doesn't have contraction and expansion. Because it is not with part. So therefore, next, what is next vyapti? Yat yat savayatvam tat tat parichinna. And therefore it will be limited. And therefore this Anandamay, which you are talking as Brahman, will be parichin only and not aparichin. Because it will be savayava, savayatvam, vikari bhavati, vikari parichinnam bhavati. So karyabhut Anandamay, the effect Anandamay, it cannot be Brahman. Why? Because Brahman is aparichin and unlimited and without any part. Avyaktoyam, achintyoyam, avikaryoyam uchyate. It is non-modifying Brahman. It is not with part. It is not in space, therefore it is not with part. This is the fourth cause. If you are following, fourth cause is this. Okay. First, I am repeating it. First, he gave that Anyondar Atma is there. Then it was said, no, interior Atma is mentioned there. Then about the Shlok it was mentioned. Second was that. It was notable that Shlok refers to Brahman only. Then we saw Mayat also. And then we saw this Avvay also. Parts. Okay. 4. And therefore this Anandamay is not the Anandatma which Vrittikar has described in all the sutras. That how Anandamay Kosh is the Anandatma. Oh my God. Fifth argument. What is the fifth argument? He is saying Anandmaya na Brahma. Why? Why? Because Brahmanah prathaktvena puchha uktatvat. Tasya puchham pratishtha has been mentioned. It is supported by the tail. Why you brought tail, etc.? You see that tail means support. Don't take tail of an animal here. Tail means support. Because the Brahman is mentioned as the support of the Anandmaya, so supporter cannot be supported. Supporter cannot be supported. If you are sitting on a chair, you can't be chair. You can be chairman, but you cannot be chair. This is the fifth argument. Okay. And last argument is given in Taittiriya Upanishad. Here Bhashya of Taittiriya Upanishad. And if you open your Taittiriya Upanishad, second Valli, and at the end, 8th, you see 8th Anuvak. And towards the last 4 lines you see. You see there, Saya evam vita asmad lokat pretya etamannamayamatmanam upasankramati etam pranamayamatmanam upasankramati etam manomayamatmanam upasankramati etam vijnanamayamaatmanam upasankramati etam anandamayamatmanam upasankramati tadapyesha shloko bhavati. That means he is crossing. Sankraman is there. He is crossing. All the koshas he is crossing, including the Anandamaya he has crossed. Etam Anandamaya Atmanam upasankramati. Upasankramati means transcends. Transcends means disidentifies. He disidentifies. He leaves it. Like you drop your clothes. This sweater is hot. So you upasankramati. You have left your sweater. You have left. So he one by one koshas he's dropping. He's externalizing it. He's seeing it as not self. If the Anandamaya was Brahman, then how can he drop the Brahman? Because Brahman is his own nature. You can't drop Atma. Because it is exterior, therefore you can drop something. Why the Upanishad will say upasankramati? With Anandamaya also. It should have stopped with Vijnanamaya only. So Anandamaya, what is the conclusion? Anandamaya kosha eva. Why? Upasankramana vishayatvat. Anandamaya is only a sheath and not the self, because it is the subject of dropping. It is the object of dropping, not subject. It is the object of dropping. Or object of transcending it. You can't transcend your own self. You can drop something which is different than you. You can't drop your own self. Who will drop? Who will drop whom? Well, if earth falls, what will happen? Why earth will fall where? This gravitational force is in the earth only. So where will earth fall? Well, supposing earth falls, where earth is falling? So there is no, the Anandamaya cannot be the Brahman because it is transcendent. Etam anandamayam atmanam upasankramati. And because of these 6 reasons, he must be now convinced. Vrittikar matam is dushtam. Dushtam doesn't mean wicked in Sanskrit from all the time. Dushtam means dosh sahitam, with fault. Hindi dushtam means wicked. Don't mix Hindi. Hindi sometimes dushtam means wicked. But dushtam means dosh sahitam. Dusht word has come from dosh only. Is with fault. I hope this point is clear. And I can move forward now. So, second part of Bhashyakar is now completed. Now he will come to the third part. And third part will be Advait Vyakhyanam, Advait Isthapanam. And then now we will take each sutra now. And each sutra he has said is in very short. All the 8 sutras he commented, he already have said what I have to say. He commented in very short, like Abhyaso, Anandamaya Abhyasa is there. But we will see it properly. Now the third part is there. So first was establishing, after establishing, refuting. Then this is the third aspect. This will make our thought more systematic and channelized. Okay? See it now, tomorrow. Oh. 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 Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.